Welcome to Cuyahoga Valley National Park. I know, no model today because it'll just hide everything, and I don't want to hide anything that's going to be on screen today, so just no model. Now, this is the third or fourth video in the series of videos about Ohio is Beautiful. I have like a whole playlist, so if you want to check it out, feel free, but I don't know if it'll be your vibe. But I hope so go look at it. I think people don't know how much Ohio is like such a gem and how it has like everything, and I hope you guys are a little bit jealous seeing how spoiled I am just living here. This is a good time to talk about touching grass. Some of you think that touching grass is stupid or not necessary. Humans are a part of nature. We were never meant to be closed up in an office and wall-to-wall concrete and streets everywhere. Why do you think so many people who have like property are always less stressed than their big city companions? Walking outside, being in the life of it all, has a way of making you de-stress and recenter yourself. It's like traveling, but shutting out the world behind you, full of unhappy people, skyscrapers, traffic, air pollution, people pollution. It's like a mental reset, exploring the green, blue, and brown spaces around you. If you've not heard of these before, I'm going to put up a small periodic table that I found online for you, but keep in mind that it denotes brown spaces as broken down derelict places instead of actual brown environments. So for the rest of this video, just for this little part, I'm going to refer to it as golden spaces. Green spaces are your parks, nature, semi-natural, bogs, marshes. In general, it's just green. Blue spaces are like ponds, lakes, oceanside beaches, rivers, estuaries, and golden spaces are deserts, plains, sandy, and open landscapes. While this video is really going over the ones I'm familiar with, I did kind of want to mention that you get similar benefits of golden spaces, and never underestimate the power of nature, the silence around you, and the wind on your face. You know, when I went to this park, I was kind of already stressed out from the day, and by the end of the day I was actually in a pretty good mood. I know that it has many benefits, so never take those benefits for granted. And even if it was just me by myself in most of these scenes here, I was having a good time. I don't know how many of you know, but I really wanted to get a few animals for you, but it seems like really impossible. The place with all the like little lily pads was supposed to have beavers in there, and I know that there's like a little blue hare in there that was really cute, and I stayed too long on it, but I don't know what happened there. I thought it was gonna stick around, but I don't know. I missed the beavers because they said that they come out at dawn and dusk, and I really feel that I was there at dawn, but I guess not. I guess this is not dawn. Anyway, it was nice being around all the fog and all the sunlight hitting the river, just so you'd be like really surprised how well how Lake Erie has improved since 1969. If you didn't know, Cleveland used to be kind of like the NYC before NYC, during the turn of the Industrial Revolution. we abused the lake and river so much that we actually lost a lot of the biodiversity that Ohio used to have, because we used to have like bison and wolves, and I believe on the paper that I did, we did elk as well. We had elk at some point, but all of those are actually gone because we're wilding. And there's a paper that I actually found during my research paper that I personally did, where I found a journal of a guy, and he said that the Cuyahoga Valley River used to be crystal blue. Because the lake is more about having sediments in it, so it's kind of like a little bit muddy. But I'm assuming that a long time ago, before we started moving stuff around, maybe it was blue because the lake was blue, but I can't imagine that. I just can't imagine that. Now, the silly part is that because we were wilding for way too long on our lake and just dumping things in it and not taking care of it, we almost killed it back in the late 60s. And then in 1967, we had a really, really bad, like, fire, like on the river, like on the water. And it was just really, really gross. And the government decided to be like, hey, we've had enough of your shenanigans. It's over. We're gonna have to do something about this. And they created the EPA because of us, because they decided that we needed standards of living and we had to take care of the lake now. And if you look up pictures from, that era, even if you color correct them, the water is like pretty brown. And then there's another picture where there's a guy who is like holding his hand out, and you could see that it has like nasty black on it, probably because oil was in the water. I'm glad that I was like born when I was born, because absolutely not. I mean, to be honest, I swam in Lake Erie when I was a kid, and it was still in bad condition because it's been improving over the last 50 years. And I remember having minnows in my hair, and my cousin had to pull them out of my hair for me because I was so upset about it. Because there was like, oh my god, there were so many dead minnows in my hair. And my uncle was like, oh, you're fine. But I was like freaking out in the car. I'm not in you guys' way, am I?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And clearly we don't know what we're doing, so it doesn't matter.
But anyways, I think that's kind of why Ohio's been kind of known for being like a purple state, because the lake is inherently part of the politics of Ohio.
Well, that one we at least saw.
Who's gonna edit your photos?
We are, I guess.
Do you know how?
Not greatly, no.
If you want, I can. I won't charge you anything.
Sweet of you. I don't know how we do that.
Well, basically you would take you would just give me the photos, and I would do some minor editing, like, things like lights, things that make things match, maybe a gradient over it. Basically, almost leave it exactly as it is, but improve it a little bit. Obviously, I do art shit, so.
That's a neat thing.
Yeah, I got it so I could do art outside. I thought this would be easier than it is, but it is actually difficult. And if you're not doing something to put forth like environmental worries in your campaign, or you have some kind of idea on how to work with the people who work with the lake, it's kind of like a bad sign for you. When I was in my environmental policy class, we actually had to write to a politician. Well, I wrote to a senator who was not of your affiliation, and I chose to write to a conservative because we already had a conservative. And I wrote to the guy who, I don't remember his name now, But I wrote to him and I looked up his stuff and saw that he actually... Nisha. Stupid. Lived near Toledo, and he had like investments in the local watershed over there, and I was like, that's unexpected. Anyways, now that you can see me drawing, there's like so many benefits of actually drawing out in the open. I wish it felt a little less awkward for me, but what do I know? I was like leaned over a rock in this awkward way, trying to get the sun to hit my sketch pad just perfectly. And then I have this like little thing that I can record myself. I think I should have like done it at a tilt, but it's whatever. And I know some of you actually said that you wanted to hear the conversations I had with people in between all of that. So if you're wondering why sometimes I just let the conversation happen in the video, it's because people voted to just leave them in, so I left them in. Just in case you guys didn't know, but you guys didn't ask, I am using my Ohuhu alcohol markers, my Artxx acrylic markers, my Stadler, I don't know if that's how you say it, fine liners, and a Strathmore sketchbook. I really didn't think about the sketchbook before I started to draw. Like, this happened all so suddenly. So basically what happened was the night before, I went and I decided I was going to draw something at the park, but then I was like, oh, I don't have anything that I could like do for a significant period of time. I need to draw something like now. So I spent like 2.5 hours getting together a composition and a sketch that I could do, and then picking out all the colors and stuff, because I do have an art bag. I actually have the Jazza bag, the one that he did on Kickstarter. I have that, and it's really helpful. But I'm not going to bring all 300 markers with me to the park. I'm not going to carry that anywhere, because where you're seeing me draw right now, I carried that. I carried a bag out to...
Is that an elf?
Oh, yeah.
Is it from Demon Slayer or?
Oh, no. It's, something original that I made.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I do a lot of like character design and stuff.
Nice.
That's really cool.
And I wanted to come out here to try to do... I do YouTube videos as well. And I'm trying to do something outside, because I just went through all the park and took a bunch of pictures and videos, so I can make a whole like Ohio is beautiful, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then put my art in between the clips.
That's a great idea.
Did I bring black? I did not bring black, damn it. This place, and I set up on a rock on the ground in some sand. I also think I used the wrong sketchbook, because I have a Moleskine sketchbook that was for alcohol markers, but I think the Strathmore was for watercolors. But I didn't really do research. It was like 2 a.m. when I was drawing. I wasn't in my right mind. Forgive me. And I did want to mention that there's a video where I talked about Artxx markers and how they did and how they used AI in their works for advertising for their products. And I messaged them privately, and then I also made a video about it. You can go watch the video, and if you wanted to know an update to that, they actually left a comment, and I pinned it so you guys can see it, where they said that they took down all of that stuff and that they're going to try to improve so that doesn't happen again. But we'll see. I mean, I still really like these markers, so I'm not going to stop using them. Are you guys headed out?
No, we're gonna go take a bunch more. Do you have an email or something?
I do. I can give you whatever you need. But someone did tell me in one of the comments that they're just the Chinese markers, but repackaged.
Okay.
Let me have your jacket.
Tell me when you're ready.
Carry everything. I got it. It's fine.
I did not think this through.
Alright, if you'll put your stuff in there, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
So what is the phone doing for your...
Oh,
What is that?
so it this thing holds it, so it's still over this. It's recording right now.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll just text myself. What's your name?
Erica.
No, that's good. There you go.
Alright, thank you.
Just let me know when you guys are done, or when you want me to look over the photos, and I'll look over them.
Okay.
I don't know if that person is still in my comment section, and if you are, please comment again, because you gave me the brand of the original type, and I wanted to go look those up, but I forgot. So now that we're here, what am I drawing? Well, I'm drawing my character Ectaea, and she's from, the world of Essalum. She's the last monolith in the line of monoliths. I'm sure you've seen other monoliths being drawn on my channel. There's I think 2 on there, maybe. And if you want to know a little bit of her story, I created her because I wanted to do a plot where it was winter. And I know this is weird because I'm doing a fall picture, but I wanted a winter character, and she was born in the southern hemisphere of my setting, and she moved because she was having visions of what happened to the Order brand, which is her world was thrust into chaos because the Order brand is gone. Oh, you too. So now it's chaos everywhere, and she's looking how to fix it, but she only gets visions, right? So she has an idea that if she goes to Solstice, where the original event happened, that she'll be able to see more. So on her way traveling north, she runs into, well, it's my friend's roleplay character, but I don't really care. His name is Galadriel. I don't know how to say it. Galadriel? I think it's Galadriel. Anyway, Galadriel saves her from a bar fight, and then figures out who she is, and he's like her Adolith, and he's like, hey, I'm your Adolith, and I can help you. And they decide to go to Solstice together, which it's forever winter there, right? Well, it's forever winter there, right? So they go there, and while they're there, they get attacked by dark elves. They get attacked by a giant wolf-like creature who I have never really figured out what that was. I just kind of did it because I thought it would be fun if they had to run from something that was gigantic. But on their way back to, Solstice, they meet up with Mika, who is the grandfather of Galadriel, and he suggests that they need to find another way. So the other way is to do an alternate universe. And when they go to this alternate realm, it's fall there, and Ectaea has never seen fall. And it's I've tried to emulate that feeling through numerous pictures and portraits I've done of her, but I'm not sure about how those came across because, please, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the skills to be a badass like that, I guess. I don't know. But ever since then, she's been kind of like this fall character, because every time I think of her, I think of that first moment where she was walking down a hillside and she saw Mount Sewell in the background, and it was just autumn, and there was trees, and it was sunset, and it was beautiful. It's not even. Where is the fucking thing? It's one of the characters that I'm probably gonna have a little short story that I'm gonna write about, but I'm gonna need to change the characters out. I even tried to make her a winter palette character, so she was all wintry, but it just didn't seem to work out for me because I always want to draw her in a fall setting, never in a winter setting. But my first image I ever drew of her, which I'm going to put up on screen for a second, is of a winter setting, and it's bad. Just don't look at it too long. And for those of you who actually watch my content because you're interested in some of my world stuff, role-playing is actually a great way to fill out your spaces in your world, because you'll figure out stuff on the fly, and I think that is such a better way of going about it, because then you can write it down. So like every place that I've ever created, I've usually had a role play that surrounded that location, and then as things progress through the story, depending on whatever the culture I decided it was, you know, I would just do things on the fly and decide whatever it was then and there. And that led to me having like almost all of my continents and kingdoms like filled out. Not all of them, but almost all of them. I think I have 8, and I have like 6 done. So I have 2 more that need actually full write-ups. And yes, before you ask, it is the same world that Zajora is from, who I made my mermaid comic out of. And if you're wondering about that, I haven't really touched it since Inktober. I kind of want to finish more of that, but let me be honest, I'm probably not going to finish more of my Inktobers. I've done so many. I'm going to try to do some of them over next month because I don't have to do anything next month other than do videos. So I'll be posting them, which I am very behind on posting them because I was so good. I was going to do like every day, but I don't know what happens. Like I get halfway through them, which I did. I'm like halfway through them, and then I go, I don't want to play with you anymore. Because like every day drawing, like too much, but I've learned a lot. I had this guy, his name is like Design Barrel. He actually gave me some really good advice on how to do inking and how to use black and white properly and how to do some halftones to make it interesting, because I never actually did any of that stuff before and it was just really intimidating, but I was actually able to complete a few pieces, and you'll see them on my Instagram. I know this video is a little bit rambly, but it's more about the art and you guys coming here to see the beautiful scenery and experience Ohio the way I experience Ohio, because I do not know how I'm gonna plan to ramble for 30 minutes about a topic. I did try though. I did briefly want to talk about my Patreon. So I do offer a free Patreon tier, and there is a paid one. The paid one has 2 tiers, and the free one lets you see behind the scenes and some random stuff. The paid one lets you get access to my full artwork without all the stuff on it, and the top tier lets you actually see my writing, because I guess I'm going to put it on there just because I don't know what else to put on there, and I think that is really cool behind the scenes stuff that maybe you guys might be interested in. But the free tier pretty much lets you see behind the scenes, and I believe that's it, and some other stuff, so feel free to go check it out if you guys want that. I'm kind of trying to move people over in that direction, so at some point I can upload some of the stuff that I just can't find a reason to upload on YouTube, because I have so much random stuff that I think you guys might like, but I just don't know how well it would do on YouTube. And I know it's more about like making videos, but I just don't know if some of the stuff is interesting enough, but I still made it anyway. And I am working on a tutorial video of something that I did not post yet. It's still a work in progress because it was based off of something I did for Inktober. And you know what I was kind of wondering while I'm still here? Have you guys had a character that you made that was specifically created for like a season? Have you guys done that before? I feel like I've got 4 characters for a season, even though that wasn't the intention. It became the intention later. Like, I have a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter. I just didn't think about it until I went over all my characters and which one I was gonna do for this drawing. I was also thinking about hosting another contest because I'm nearly done with the image that I owed back from my last contest that's on my mermaid video that had like 2 types of contests, but only one person applied for the first one and no one applied for the second one. So It was like a free headshot if you could guess the character in the video. It's like a canon character. So if you guys know me, or you guys think you know me, you might be able to figure out the character. And not gonna lie, I know you guys just probably heard that last family that approached me. They're like so cutesy, so nice. That little girl was so adorable, and I hope the small conversations mixed in with me talking was at least a little bit interesting. That's what you guys voted for, so I don't know what you guys think. Please tell me in the comments what you thought. I was also thinking about doing this for winter as well. Just on maybe a mild winter day. I could probably go out somewhere. Like, I was thinking about doing it with Lake Erie frozen over and maybe going down there, getting some shoes on and drawing outside, maybe for like 30 minutes by the lake. I don't know. I think that would be cool, but I don't know if Lake Erie's gonna freeze over this year. It might. We'll see if I can find something near Christmas. But anyway, please remember, if this is your first time here, please subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every Wednesday if I can, and then maybe other days of the week if I want to. And I really appreciate you guys for coming around and liking my videos and sharing them if you can. Or if you don't, I'm just happy that you guys are watching. I never thought in a million years I would get to 10K, and I'm like almost 1,000 away from that. I'm like 1,500 away from that. I would just... I'm drawing.
Oh, how cool.
Aw, thank you.
Is that the guy from that show on Netflix? You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but no, it's one of my original characters.
Oh, okay.
I do. I'm an art YouTuber,
Okay.
and I take my art outside and I do this kind of stuff, and I record it, and then I take clips from like parks and stuff, and I mix it in between so people can watch me draw and then see the scenery too.
That is so cool. What is a, how do you find you?
Friendly neighborhood artist.
Okay, remember that.
Friendly neighborhood artist.
It's pretty easy. I have a pink avatar.
Okay.
I have about 8,000 subscribers.
Cool.
So.
Okay, well, 8,001.
Aw. Thank you.
What is it, friendly?
Neighborhood artist.
Okay. We'll look for you later.
Sure. Because I've mentioned it multiple times, but the reason why I created this channel in the first place was to, you know, show off my art and let people kind of come to it and see it and like it, but also on the off... There we go. Alright, no more. Side, I wanted to use this as a way of a stepping stone into author spaces. You know, like the Big Five, which are the 5 different publishing houses. I wanted to publish my book with one of them because I am still working on my science fiction novel. I know some of you guys have heard me talk about it in my lives, but also feel free to come to my lives because I have them every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. And it's never too late for you guys to do your own videos and make your own content and do whatever you want to do and show off your art. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Now, in closing, go out, touch some grass, because my video had some scientific research done for it, and I'll link the studies below. Watch my other Lake Erie one, even if it's awkward, I know, I swear. I brought my iPad outside with the full sun blaring down on the screen. It's a wacky video, in my opinion. But there's natural audio, so it's the breeze and the air and the lake and all that. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.